Okay, so let's do deep analysis on some of these tech stocks, and we're going to start out with the Apple. We're looking at a daily and a 4-hour chart of Apple. So Apple most recently sold off. It comes to monthly signal, and then it bounced back pretty hard to the upside. Goes up to 78.6%, which is 228 price zone, and now we're seeing a little bit of sell-off in today's price action. So the line in the sand, of course, it is a bullish stock, but we're in an overbought category. We're above the white signal line. The sentiment 2 is still green. Sentiment 3 is still green. So as long as we stay above this 220, 221 zone, Apple is good. We don't have to worry about it. If we start to close below 220, Apple could be seeing a significant pullback to retest the 200 price zone. So be careful. Just watch these levels at 200 to 220, 218 zone. If it starts to close below that, Apple is going to be in trouble. Next up is Amazon. So let's take a look at Amazon. Of course, the Amazon, a similar thing, but Amazon is below 50 period moving average. That shows a little bit of weakness. We still have the sentiment 1, sentiment 2 is green, sentiment 3 is green, but we are over the white signal line. So line in the sand for Amazon is if we start to see close below 172, we may actually start to see price coming back and retesting 152 zone. So line in the sand for Amazon is 172, 173. Keep an eye on that. Next up is Google. And Google is really weak here. It noticed it didn't even make it to 50% or 61.8% retracement. And so if we start to close below 164, 163, then we may actually revisit 155. Below that is 144. And so you want to keep an eye on the 165 zone. If we start to see price closing below 165, Google might be in trouble. We still see sentiment 2 is still green. Sentiment 3 has actually started to turn. So if we start to see price closing below 165, Google would be short to the downside, and those are the levels. Let's take a look at Meta. Meta is looks pretty strong here. We're above 50 period moving average. We're above the white signal line. Sentiment 2 is green. Sentiment 3 is green. So nothing to worry about here. We may actually go back and finish the business here at 575, which we never did. So 575 could be in play, but a lot of it depends on the S&P 500. If S&P 500 sells off, then all of these tech stocks are going to likely to sell off. Netflix is next. So again, beautiful stock to the upside. We recaptured this white signal line arrow. Candles were still red, but as soon as it turned green, we took off to the upside. We are above 50 period moving average, above white signal line. Sentiment 2 is green, sentiment 3 is green. So we may actually see slight pullback all the way up to 667. As long as we stay above 667, we're fine. If we start to close below 650, then we know we might run into 637. That would be a zone that actually Netflix could come back down to before going back up to the upside. Next is Nvidia. Same thing. So we captured this white signal line in light of recent sell-off. So now we're above 50 period moving average. We're above white signal line. Sentiment 2 is green. Sentiment 3 is green. So line in the sand is 114, 115. We start closing below that. We're going to be looking for 105. That could be potentially a place where Amazon could come to before going back up to the upside. Next, take a look at Tesla. Sorry, wrong symbol. So Tesla is interesting. Ever since we had a huge breakout to the upside, it gave us an opportunity both to go to the upside as well as take the short to the downside. We go up the weekly signal. We're failing here. We're below 50 period moving average, but we're slightly above the white signal line. If we start to see the gap, then we could see Tesla could come back to 182. Just below that is 173. And then 141 is our next level to the downside. So our line in the sand is about 210. We want to see the price contained above 210. If we start to close below 210, we could actually go down to 182 Tesla. So these are the tech stocks update. I hope this helps, and I will see you at the next update. Take care.